So hello everyone, I'm Eero with the North American Sauna Society. I have my friends in crime here. Risto, what's going on?
Oh, not much. We're rebuilding our sauna, so we're going to be busy with that for the next few weeks.
Oh, absolutely. I saw the pictures of it torn down and I mean, you got a project on your hands, but it's so cool that you got to move it because that was your original sauna, right, Risto?
Well, not our first, but that's the first we built, so that's our baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep that around or keep it in the family at least. But it's a travesty that people are getting conned into buying what they think is a traditional sauna experience, and it is crap. And they don't know any better, and they're using it wrong, and they're just confused at the end of the day. They're really just confused, or maybe they're tricking themselves into, oh, I use mine and I feel 100% better. And maybe it's a placebo effect, like their new Herbalife supplements or whatever. But you gotta you gotta be able to know what is the good experience, what is out there, what is possible. And I think these public sauna establishments that are popping up are only doing, they're doing a great job, but they're, as long as they're offering robust package, they're only doing so much, so
And it does need to be robust. You're right.
yeah.
I see a lot of them. I saw one recently. It's like you get an hour. It's like,
Yeah.
like I can go to Chicago Sweat Lodge. I can drop $40. I've got a restaurant there. I can hang out all day, and their saunas are better than your sauna.
Yeah. There's actually a Korean sauna outside of Atlanta that I really want to try. And it is something similar. I think it's like 40-50 bucks. It's basically, you come in, you get a wristband, you can now go to a bunch of different saunas. They got mixed, men, women, whatever, and then there's awesome food there. They got places for you to even, hey, you want to rent a bed and take a nap.
Yep.
That's totally a thing. So I kind of want to go check it out. It seems like it's a little bit, might be a little bit out there, but hey, I'm willing to try it because who knows, maybe there's untapped scenes out there that I'm missing because maybe I'm thinking narrowly about it. Like, it has to be this outdoor sauna next to a lake with, great times and barbecue and all this great stuff. But maybe there are some other great sauna cultures out there that I'm missing.
Yeah, if they have a sudatorium, I used my brother took me to the Korean spa in Chicago a few years back for my birthday, and they had a sudatorium, which is just like a giant cinder block room that they heat up with a fire overnight, and that thing was the hottest place I've ever been. It was pretty wild.
I think that's what this is. I think it's outside of Atlanta. I gotta check, but I'm excited.
Those are definitely not New York prices that you guys are talking about. I don't think that you can go anywhere here for 40 bucks and sauna bait the whole day.
Yeah, you can't get a hot dog in New York for 40 bucks anymore.
Yeah. How much is the banya? How much is like the Wall Street baths?
I think it's not, I haven't been there for a while, but I think they're like 60 bucks, 65, maybe somewhere there. And I'm actually going to go in about a week and a half. I'm going to go to the World Spa in Brooklyn. So that's going to be a first for me. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're charging a little more, but it's also a way bigger space than those other ones are.
And hopefully more than an hour.
It's definitely more than an hour. Yes. No, it's like I'm old school. It takes me, I think it takes me about 3 hours to get really like running. So I need that time for my sauna.
It's same for me. Like 3 hours is like, I feel like I can go there, I can relax. I don't feel like I have to rush away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But obviously that's exactly what we're talking about here. We've been talking about here ever since we started this thing, because most of people only understand the sauna as the hot box, not everything else that is included, and that everything else that is included takes a lot of time. But
do you think it's a lack of highlighting all the great things that you do outside the sauna during the cool down? And maybe we're focusing more too heavily on sauna, structures and heaters and heat and steam and all these things. And maybe, I mean, I would love a bee sauna and a great outside cool down experience. Beer, hot dogs, cool place to sit. Maybe there's a live music off in, whatever off in the distance. Maybe it is more of a, a funner scene or something like that. But
yeah,
would you rather have a sauna, perfect ventilation, perfect heat, but then when you get out to cool down, it's trash city?
yeah,
Well, for sure. Yeah, for sure. The first one,
Yeah.
Our favorite sauna, which I've told this story over and over, but it's not the best one we've ever used. It's just in the best setting we've ever used it.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
yeah.
I think one issue here is that because the most saunas are marketed here rightfully because of the health benefits. So it's like that sidetracks us a little from, the fulfilling sauna bathing experience. We spoke that we should talk about like what we eat when we sauna bathe, and I for one never ever eat anything before the sauna, but afterwards and there's hopefully always there's some sausage. But so how do you fit that sausage discussion to the ultimate health benefit discussion? That is kind of a bit of a problem, right?
Right. And I think, we had a great conversation, with Emma about this topic. We just briefly touched on it that we're so focused on the health benefits, but we got to also think about the mental health benefits of community and the mental health benefits of relaxation, de-stress, no screens. And if you're building in maybe some more robust practices outside the sauna during cool down, maybe you're getting a more total relaxation, where you can go and then enjoy the hot room again. And it's a new experience. It's not a continuation, maybe. Maybe each round is new. I think sometimes I get caught up in, this is round 2, this is round 3, this is round 4, and I kind of start counting whatever it is, and maybe I need to think about, okay, cool down completely and have a fresh experience each time.
Yeah.
I think if people maybe thought about that, they would take sauna a little bit more seriously as an overall wellness practice. It doesn't have to be targeted towards detoxing, targeted towards one or whatever thing. This is a overall wellness, culture. So if you use sauna, you're getting at least a 1% health benefit, I would say. I think anybody could argue that, right? And doing anything that gives you a benefit is a benefit.
Yeah. I mean, I would tell people like slow down, relax, take your time, enjoy the process.
Yep.
It should be enjoyable. If you're just trying to like rush through it. Now, granted, there are a time and a place where it's like, I just want to get one in. I don't have the time to do that. Sure. Like we get that. But like, if you have the time, like definitely make that time. Don't hurry it.
And Risto, that's a perfect, that's a kind of a perfect segue into something I was thinking earlier today. It was like, hey, I really want to have that robust sauna experience. I want to dedicate 2-3 hours to doing something that I love, right? But we all get busy. Today I got busy with laundry and dishes, and I get it. And I ran out of time, right? And sometimes, just like your other exercise or any other positive habit you're building in your life, you're going to need an accountability buddy, somebody to sauna with you, somebody to hold you accountable, or somebody that, hey, you want to go sauna? Mine's lit up. Come on over. Whatever that is, or trying to even schedule out time or try to adjust your schedule, because I know if I ever get back into the gym one of these days, maybe I'm going to have to really allocate time, because I don't really have any time anymore. So am I going to have to get up early and then work out in the morning? That's a choice. And I think, we can all sit in front of Netflix with a TV dinner, and say we're running out of time, but we can find time for the things that we love. And if you don't love yourself, you got to start there. And I think sauna is a great way to do that.
Yeah, in our culture, we have a poor relationship with that, with enjoying life and slowing down. We think about other cultures where they have maybe a siesta or a longer vacation in the summertime, and it's like that's a waste of time, But like, there's a quote from Bernard Hilala, who wrote the book The Sauna Is. I don't know if I have it here, but he said the sauna was not built for saving time, but for spending it well.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's we fool ourselves. It's kind of interesting how we always fool ourselves. I moving here 25 years ago, I moved from a society with a lot of cell phones, and here we're basically none 25 years ago. And then New York Times, obviously I'm here from in New York, so New York Times wrote, because they were like a bit worried that the Americans didn't want to buy, cell phones. They said that the one reason, and this was New York Times stating, one reason is that there are not that many cell phones in America because we have so many computers here. And it's kind of a same like wrong kind of logic. Is like and we all have 24 hours. We all have time. How many hours a day an American watches TV? Like it's mind-boggling. It's like 4 or 5 hours a day. You cut that in half, and you got plenty of time to sauna bathe, and that's good for you.
Oh, absolutely. I can always kind of check myself, and say, hey, I can find an hour. I can find an hour somewhere to do something that I want to do. I think on any given day, if you wanted to either extend your day by, maybe you're not getting to bed right at 10 o'clock, and it's okay to be tired some days, but it is great to get a good amount of sleep. But I get better sleep when I sauna. So I would be much better off getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep with regular sauna use than I would, if I got that same amount of sleep without it. Because without it, I toss and turn, I wake up. And these are just my personal, honest to God reactions to sauna. I've had struggles with sleep in the past. I battled with insomnia in high school, sleep terrors, whatever you want to call it, right? I've had a lot of weird issues with sleep, and sauna is something that can get my body to say, okay, it's time to rest. You've had a hard day. You survived a 200-degree room. I think we're going to shut down for a little while. And thank goodness for that, because I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had a cup of coffee in the afternoon and seeing every hour on the clock. And when I'm sauning, I feel like I'm drinking more water. I'm being more cognizant of just my overall well-being, having some time to reflect. And then by 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, my eyes are starting to get heavy. It's not a race anymore. I'm starting to slow down because my body needs to just rest and recover and get prepped for the next day. And I think sauna is a great way to do that, where a lot of people, and this might sound, controversial, but I think a lot of people substitute that same thing with alcohol, drugs, Facebook, Instagram, whatever that is. You're getting some kind of a dopamine dump, and then you're burning that off, and then you're trying to get to sleep. And when you're staring at blue light, you're staring at screens all day, your brain's just going to continue to race when your eyes are closed. And sauna is the opposite of all of that. It works you out and puts you down and in a great way. It really checks your body into, hey, this is a light exercise, and now I'm reaping the rewards of that.
And it's like, our job would be done here completely, totally. We would be done with an history if people would understand the fact that talking about these highs and these substances that people consume, me included, it's like sauna is a free high, endorphins flowing. You're gonna get that high. You're gonna be high. You're gonna feel elevated. And you just came out from an exercise, so what could be better than that?
Right.
No substances, but still high.
Yeah, and a health benefit, not a detractor.
Correct.
Well, and the social connection,
yes.
Doesn't get emphasized enough. Like last night, I had a great sauna. My brother, I have a lot of family in the area, so my brother, I sent him a text. I was like, hey, can you invite us over for a sauna? He's like, okay. So he invited. So my brother-in-law, who's getting really into sauna, and then he's got 2 boys. I've got 2 boys. My brother's got a boy. So it's like all the dudes, piled into his kind of medium-sized sauna kit, with the large heater. But it was a great evening just to hang out and sauna and cold plunge. I got some ice from Burger King. They sell ice here in town.
Yes, yeah, $1.99 bag, right?
I think it was a little cheaper. I think it was a little cheaper, 10-pound bags.
Good for them.
And then my brother had cooked up some, I think it's a Leon's habanero mango sausage from Costco, which I think I've seen that before, but I always avoided it because I thought it'd be fruity, but it wasn't. It was like whatever that sausage was that he cooked up was like amazing with the sauna with some mustard.
Yep. Yeah, and I will say I like a charcoal dog, but I don't mind a propane stank, but I need I need a little charcoal when it comes to my my pork.
Don't you guys do the like what we do is we have a fire pit, and then we have those sticks that, like, basically the bigger sticks than the one that you grill s'mores with, but you understand those sticks, and that's how we also have, obviously, we do have pans and whatnot for fried fish every now and then, but the sausage is definitely with those sticks, and you just hold them to fire, not too deep, and you wait, but that's the way to do it.
So yeah, Eero,
like
you're more on
fire?
demand.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're more on demand with the with the sausages.
Yeah.
So yes. Is it a separate fire or is it your sauna fire?
No, it's a fire pit fire.
Okay, an outside fire pit.
Yeah, outside fire pit, definitely. Yeah. We don't fix food at the. I don't. Actually, have we spoken about this before? Do you get those bags here where you can like put a sausage in and put it on top of the rocks inside the hot room? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
So that's something. That's a business idea right there. Yeah. So you just what you do is you go inside for the first round. You put that sausage inside this bag and just toss it on top of the rocks and just sunbait normally. And after like second or whatever, I can't remember anymore. It's been a while. But like on the second or third round, you just take, obviously have to have a glove because you're going to burn your hand otherwise. But you take that back and you eat the sausage. So that's
I've had that in foil. I think the first time I had that was with Shane Lintonen from up in Thunder Bay. He cooked up some sausages. He bought them at a local like European sausage place, and he had finished mustard. And so he cooked those that first round, and he has a wood burning one in his backyard that he built for as cheap as possible. I can't remember what the price is. It's like less than $1,000. It has a shower.
Man after my heart.
Yeah, you would love it. You would love it, Sam. But so he cooked it, and then afterwards we're sitting in the front entryway in these little plastic chairs, butt naked, and then he pulls out the sausage. We're eating it with the mustard, and he had like a growler of beer. I mean, that was a wonderful sauna experience.
And
That's
and that's just the cherry on top. I think in those experiences, it becomes about the connections and the people, so much more than the sauna. And it's great that sauna is a part of it, because that's the glue, right? But we remember those great moments of sausage and conversation, and yeah, this weird plastic Adirondack chair that I'm sweating in my birthday suit, but having a great time, because everything is just perfect, and it doesn't have to be over the top or anything like that, but just a great experience. And I'm jealous. If anybody in the Southeast is looking for a sauna buddy, you come hit me up. I've got the best sauna in Greenville. It's wide open.
There you go. So I think we have to start wrapping this thing up slowly but surely. But we do have a message, right?
We do have something fun we want to talk to you guys about today. The community, you guys, the listeners, you're all, you mean a lot to us. Anybody who is in the sauna community, you mean the world to us, and we want to get more involved with you guys. Risto, tell us a little bit about how they can get involved with the Upper Bench.
So like Eero has repeatedly stated, our goal is to share like a robust sauna practice with North Americans. There's so much there. I'm even still learning. But if people want to come along with us and they love that kind of sauna practice that we've been talking about, if they'd like to join us in those efforts to spread that, they can become a member of the Upper Bench on Patreon. So it's called a patron, and there's 3 different tiers of monthly support. And depending on which tier that you're on, you get different access to content. All of our regular content will still remain free and open for everyone to look at, but we'll have a community that you could be part of. And you'll just be supporting us and just continuing to share what we all love about sauna. So you can go to Patreon. It's patreon.com/theupperbench. Or if you prefer to do like a one-time thing, like Venmo and PayPal, Venmo link is venmo.com/theupperbench, and PayPal is paypal.me/theupperbench. So if you want to help us keep promoting sauna, join us in what we're up to.
And be in contact too. We're definitely going to be having special occasions for special events for our members. We had a massive rain here, torrential rain here in New York this weekend, but we are getting closer to the real sauna season. So you better, Risto, you better get your sauna ready soon, because you're going to be needing it.
Well, we'd introduced, it's a very long story. It's a crazy story, but we'd introduced a bunch of LDS missionaries or Mormon missionaries to sauna over the past few years. And the first one we ever introduced said, "Hey, I'm coming back with my family." And I was like, well, it would be fitting if we had our sauna rebuilt so we could share it. So we'll see. It's like 2 weeks. I don't know if we can have it up in time for that, but we're going to try.
Oh, yeah, more power to you, Risto. Like Eero, Risto, and I said, please join us. There's going to be fun conversation. This is going to be a community where you can share your ideas. You can ask us questions, or if you just want to take a selfie and send it to us, hey, that's great too. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff out there. But yeah, keep coming back. The regular podcast, the regular YouTube, all the shorts, all the everythings are going to be continuing here. If you want to help, just help support that, we would really appreciate it. But thank you everybody for listening. From the bottom of my heart, we just want to support you guys out there that are enjoying sauna and promoting good sauna culture to those around you.
That's so true. And by the way, did we talk about, have we spoken about this, that we asked people if they have if they have like sauna get-togethers, like private things, when they if they want to talk about their sauna get-togethers, tell what they're doing and what kind of, how many people are attending and so forth and so forth. Like I myself, it's I belong to the Stanford Steamers group, and you're definitely gonna be here, and you have heard from us, but you will be hearing from us, with the cold plunges and the fire pits and whatnot. Anyway.
And this fall, Eero, I hope I can get an invitation, because I think I'm going to be probably waiting a little bit longer than you guys for the cool temps. So, I'd love to jump on the train, run on up there and join you for an episode up in
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, let's do so. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Let's get together soon.
Guess who's coming to sauna? Heki lunta